Wanted to do a little video on my brother. I have one brother. He is about 2.5 years older than me, and his name is Wesley Keith Dillon, and goes by Wes. So Wes is my older brother, except my only brother. Like most younger brothers, I looked up to him. I thought, he was older, bigger, stronger, smarter, really, really smart. Because he was older, he got to do things that I didn't get to do, and so I looked up to him. We moved around a lot. Seemed like almost every year we had moved somewhere. A lot of times we'd move out of state from between Alabama and Michigan, and we just go back and forth. So there weren't a lot of long-term good friendships that either one of us had, but I know I didn't really have any long-term friends. Maybe for that reason, maybe for other reasons, but because of that, I think we were very, very close. And shared a passion for sports. We would play wiffle ball at my grandparents' house in Michigan. We would play football. We played a lot of basketball. And we actually would make, because it was really just the two of us, so it's hard to play baseball or football. You can play basketball one-on-one. But what we would do is we would come up with these teams. We would invent teams in our heads and basically leagues. We would come up with a team that we would be playing on, and we would run, like in football, we would run plays, and he would be the quarterback, and I'd be the wide receiver. And we'd play out games in the front yard to where our team would win or lose, and there'd be other players involved, sometimes friends, and sometimes it would just be like players that we were fans of. They would somehow be on our team magically. Baseball, same thing. We had a team that we would just me and him. He would pitch, I would hit, and then vice versa. And he would play out the players, and I would play out the other players. And baseball, I was the leadoff man, and he was one of the power hitters, playing first base. And we would play full games, telling a story of this team. And basketball, not quite the same. We played a lot of basketball one-on-one. We would do leagues and teams and things like that, like indoors, like on a Nerf hoop, hanging over the door. But outdoors, I don't think we ever did that. We just played 21, one-on-one. Maybe if we had some friends over, we'd play some 2-on-2 or something. But that was pretty much my childhood, just me and Wes hanging out, playing sports. He, I think I was 9, which would have made him about 12, when he got admitted to a hospital. And I don't know what hospital it was or what it was for. I'm just going to call it a mental institution. He had tried to kill himself, and he was depressed, so my parents had him admitted to the hospital. And we would go visit, I want to say once a week. Like I said, I was 9 years old. I remember I'd take him some posters of San Francisco Giants. He liked the Giants. He was a Will Clark fan. I remember bringing him a Will Clark poster that he could put up in his room at the hospital. And I remember, man, I hated going there. I hated going there. It was just a bunch of young, kids and teenagers that were... You'd hear them screaming, you'd hear them throw things, you'd see the nurses or orderlies, whatever they were, you'd see them holding somebody down and giving them medication. God, I hated it, man. I hated going I don't remember how long he was there, but then he started driving and he became a teenager and got into more and more trouble. When he started driving, it was fun because he could take us, over to friends' houses. We had friends and they lived 45 minutes away or whatever it was, Jeff and his family. And he could drive us over there and we'd play football over there all day, all weekend. Play some video games and hang out. And he got to high school and he just tanked, man. He just nosedived. Failed constantly. Held back, failed. To where I got to high school and I caught up with him, essentially. He eventually dropped out my freshman year. Should have been his senior year, but I think he was like a sophomore, maybe, if he was lucky. Had a kid, Madeline, with a girl named Renee who was trouble. Seems to be a theme. Because 8 years later, whatever it was, Rebecca and I were married and we'd had Laura, and he was dating a girl named Sean, who had a couple kids of her own, and he knocked her up. They had Jody, and that fell apart, and then he got into a relationship with a woman named Adrian, who was a drug addict, and she had 3 kids. And I remember calling him over to our house the night, I think before he was going to get married to Adrian. They were getting married at the courthouse, and I called him over, and I just told him that if he got married to Adrian, I can't be, like, our relationship, we're not going to be seeing a lot of each other. And I made sure to tell him, I'm not trying to tell you pick her or me. I don't want to do that, but I'm just letting you know I can't be involved with that. And it was a mess. It was a disaster. It was a drama from day one. And eventually it fell apart and fell through. And then he had another kid with another woman. That's 3 kids with 3 different women, didn't raise any of them. He was always smart, I don't know, I think he was desperate for attention and was willing to do whatever he had to do to get it. And getting in trouble, breaking the rules, breaking the law sometimes was the easiest way to get attention. So, not the best thing to do long term. But he's almost 50 now, I guess. He's 47, 40, he's probably 48, 47 or 48. Still lives with our parents. I haven't spoken to him. I haven't seen him probably in 8 years. Yeah, that's my brother. We were very close, and just fell apart, man. I don't know. And a lot of that there's some other things, but I don't need to get into all that. We did fight a lot, but we were brothers. We fought a lot. And it was one of those situations where I can fight him and he can fight me, and I can say bad things about him and he can say bad things about me, but nobody else better, right? So if you were going to get into a fight with Wes, I was going to be right there. Like, he and I could fight, no problem. He beat the crap out of me. He was bigger than me. But by God, if somebody else wanted to fight him, I was going to be right there. And vice versa. Every time I got into a fight, he was, I didn't lose any fights, by the way. But if I had, he would have been right there to jump in and save the day, I'm sure. But that was a long time ago. Things are different. Maybe one day we'll reconnect, but if I'm being 100% honest,